class, you're gonna need a belt. If you don't have a jiu-jitsu belt, then you can use a regular belt or a t-shirt, sarong or ganga as you guys would be using in Brazil, or whatever it's called. And whenever you're ready, just come to lay down in Shavasana. The palms can be facing up, the feet are to the outer edges of the mat. Just take notice of the breath here. If you like, you can place one hand on your heart and the left hand on your belly. Bring oxygen in and feel the chest rise, then the rib cage, and all the way into the belly. And exhale, belly, ribs, chest. Inhale, filling up through the front of the body. Slowly, like filling up the front of the body like you're filling up a balloon. And exhale for the same amount of time. So the belly comes in, and the rib cage and the chest. Do that a few more times at your own pace. The hardest part is actually getting on your yoga mat. In today's class, we're going to do lots of dynamic movements and core work, and we're going to throw in a little fun arm balance in there. Just a nice way to close off your week. Nothing too crazy. And whenever you're ready, bring your feet together, point your toes, interlace your hands over your head, and lift the chest up. You can bring the chin to your chest to create more length in your spine. Lower the chest down, flat back. Bring the knees to the chest. Lower your sacrum down to the mat. And press firmly into your elbows. Give yourself a big hug. Hold on to opposite elbows. And press your hips into the ground. And begin to draw circles. Whenever I do this pose, I can feel a slight pinch in my right hips. So I know that here I'm quite tight. We don't understand how our body is feeling until we actually start moving it. If you haven't turned directions, do so now. Bring your hands through the insides of your legs and grab your big toes or your ankles and extend your legs up. Sacrum is flat on the ground. And turn the head left and right. This pose is quite intense on the hips. And bring the right knee to the center line of your body and extend the left leg. And switch. Left leg to center line, extend the right. Keep going at your own pace here. Whenever we do dynamic movements, it is a little bit less intense on the body versus doing static holds. Flexibility is something that should just come naturally through practice. That is why it is called a yoga practice and not a yoga match. By forcing the movements, it's not good on the body. One more round of this. And interlace your hands behind your hamstrings and begin to rock up and down. We'll do this a few times. We're giving our spine a gentle massage here. And come to meet in the center of your mat. Slide the hips back. Grab onto the belt. Wide grip. And bring it behind your back to a comfortable position, not where your face starts to tense up because it's uncomfortable. Just bring it slightly back. It's going to naturally lift the chest, and we're just going to fold forward. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to rise up. If it's too intense at this grip, you can make it wider. Inhale and exhale to fold over the tops of your legs. Drop the head down and look towards your shins. Inhale up. Exhale to fold. 2 more times at your own pace. Wrap the belt around the soles of your feet. I personally like to wrap it around my hands. We're going to plug the shoulders back in line and lift the chest forward. I like to bring my seat bones back and forth. I just find that it creates good balance within my hips and the backside of my body. Lift the chest forward and gently fold over. We're trying to extend our heart to the tops of our feet. And it's okay if you're a bit tight right now. We're not going for our fullest depth here. Inhale to lift you back up. Lift the chest, bring the shoulders back, and exhale to fold. You can loop the belt around again if you want to go down further. And inhale to rise you up. Release the belt. Swing the legs to the side and come into a tabletop position. So knees are in line with your hips. Wrists are in line with your shoulders. And we're going to do a few cat-cows here. Moving in any direction you'd like. So if you want to go from side to side, really slow or really fast. This is your practice, your body. Move in the directions that you like. Just following your breath. So the inhale for the arch. And the exhale to round. You can also move your hips and your head. Feel where your body's at today. If you're holding in tension in the neck. I know that for me, my hips always click whenever I do this pose. We're gonna untuck our back toes. Send our hips back for downward facing dog and start to pedal out the feet here. Really slowly. Pressing firmly through the index fingers to create an external rotation of the shoulders. You can bend the left knee and look over the right shoulder. Bend the right knee and look over the left shoulder. I think that's what I said. Do the opposite of what I just said. Bring the left leg to the center of the mat. Lift the right in the air. Round the spine as you place the right leg in between the hands for a lizard lunge. I like to create a fist for stabilization, for integrity through the upper body. Just begin to rock side to side here. I like to, I don't want to keep saying I like, okay, sorry. You can squeeze the left glute here to create more depth between your hips. This nice side to side rocking is great because whenever we force a movement, our central nervous system tends to lock up. So this really allows you to create some flexibility in the quads and the hips without forcing it. Switch sides. You can drop the head, you can close the eyes. Just taking a moment to relax in this pose. Bring the left knee to meet the right. Drop the hips down. Lift the chest up. Bring the shoulders down. Head gazes up towards the ceiling. And send the hips back. Tuck the toes under. Lift your hips for downward facing dog. Bring the left leg to the center of the mat. Rise the right leg to the sky. And begin to create circles with your right leg. Slowly. Reverse the direction. Release the right leg to the ground, lift the left. And begin to draw circles, whichever direction you like. Notice if you're putting more weight into one hand. Try to balance out the shoulders. Switch the directions. Lower the left leg down. Raise the right. Come up to the soles of the left foot and round the spine as you bring the right leg in between the hands. Spin the back heel open. Windmill the arms up for a warrior two. Here we want a nice bend in the knee directly over the ankle. It's okay if the knee comes a little bit over. We're going to press firmly into the outer edges of the back foot. Hands are extended forward. We're going to flip the palm up and reverse our warrior. So we're going to slide the left hand on the hamstring or the left shin if that's accessible to you and open up through the side body. Back to warrior two. Turn the right foot to meet the side of the mat. Bend forward. And we're going squat over to your right knee. Flex the left leg. And you can walk the hands over to the left side. Bend the left knee. Flex the right foot. It's okay if you're a little bit high up on this. And Just keep going right to left at your own pace, your own depth. I can only guide you through the postures, but I don't know at what intensity you want it. Just keep bringing the hands over. Maybe each time you go a little deeper and deeper. Last one. We're gonna place our hands on our hips. Lift yourself up. Bend the right knee. Heel toe, the left leg. Bring the hips to face the front. Shift the weight onto the right leg. Hands in heart center. And lift the left leg up for warrior 3. Straight line from the crown of your head to the back of your foot. And lower your hands down to the mat. Bend the left knee. Gaze to the shin. A variation here of a standing split. Bring the left leg back, then right for plank. Shift the weight over so your shoulders are over your wrist. And we're going and bring the right knee to right elbow. Left knee to elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. And send the hips back for downward facing dog. One breath here. Lift the left leg to the sky. Rounding the spine. Bring the left leg in between the hands. Spin the back heel open. Windmill the arms up. Warrior 2. Shift the weight forward. Reverse your palm. Slide your right hand with the back of your legs and open up for a reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2. Bring the right foot parallel with the right. Left foot parallel to the right. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to do the right and lefts. Place your hands on your hips. Fold forward. This time I want you to place your hands a little bit further in front of you as we bend the right leg and flex the left foot. Maybe you keep your hands exactly where they are this time instead of walking them over. Or you can even challenge yourself and put your hands in heart center and move from side to side. Do a few more. Remember to breathe. It is intense on the hips, but the more we relax our body, the more our body opens up. Come to place your hands in the center. Lift up. Place your left foot towards the front of the mat. Heel toe, the right foot. Hips are forward. Bring the weight to the left foot. Hands to heart center as you lift the right leg up for warrior 3. If you have an external rotation in your hip, try to bring it back in line with the other one. Straight line from the crown of the head to the foot and lower down, hands to the mat. Bend the right leg for modified standing split. Gaze towards the shin. And bring the right leg back to meet the left for a plank. Round your back as you bring the right knee to your chest. Send it back. Rounding as you bring the left knee to the chest. 2 more times. Right knee. Left knee. Drop your hips down. Rotate the palms to the sides of the mat and lift up. Draw the shoulders down. Bring the triceps closer to the center line of your body and lift up through the crown of your head. If this is too intense on your lower back, you can drop down to your forearms. hips up. We're gonna curl the spine like a cat and just hold here. Really see if you can pull the scapulas away from each other. Tuck the back toes and come into almost like a squat. So we are going to try to do a fun arm balance here. So the closer you can get your knees into your armpits, the easier this will be. I'll do this to the side so you can see. Just as we were doing in the plank positions, rolling over our wrist, we're gonna do the same thing here for Bakasana. So come onto your tippy toes, bring your knees as close as you can into the socket of your armpit. And all you're gonna do is shift your weight forward. We're not lifting up yet, we're just shifting our weight forward. Head or gazing at the front of the room. Lift the right leg, heel to bum. Left leg, heel to bum. Keep doing this a few more times. If you need to readjust the knees closer into the armpits, that's okay. And we're going to shift our weight forward. Perhaps you lift one leg off the ground and maybe you lift the other. Really pressing firmly into those hands, heels close to the butt. Engage the core as you look forward. I'll give you guys a few minutes to play around with that. It's okay if you don't get up. It comes with time and patience. And whenever you're ready, forward fold. Just pedal out the feet there. Drop the head. And come to a seated position. Roll the legs over your head for plow. You can interlace the hands behind onto the mat or just leave them down to the side, whatever feels comfortable for you here. This is a beautiful counter pose for what we just did. Did lots of forward folding, so now we're releasing the lower back. Roll your spine down, place the feet on the mat, knees lifted up. We're going to lift our hips up for a supported bridge. You can shimmy the shoulders underneath to lift the hips up even higher, lifting up through the chest. Chin is tucked in and lower down. Taking a moment here to let the spine neutralize. If you were happy with that variation, then stay there for the second. I'm going to offer two different variations. You can, for the next one, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can place your hands below your sacrum and lift up through the chest. It's important that your chin is tucked in here. Inner thighs hugging together. Press firmly through the feet and lower all the way down. And if you want to take it even further, you can place your hands to the sides of your feet. Hands are facing your feet. And we're going to lift but not all the way up into a bridge, so the crown of our head is touching the mat. It's important to build a strong foundation before we lift up into a back bend, because it's a pretty intense pose for most people. And if you want to try to lift all the way up, go for it. Make sure that you're squeezing the inner thighs together and you're pressing firmly through all fingertips and lifting up through the thoracic spine. Lower down, head, upper back, middle back, lower back. Bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a big hug. And exhale out of the mouth. Release your hands and your legs. Grab your belt. Place it over the soles of the right feet and extend the right leg to the ceiling. Bring the right leg close to your chest. For me, every time I do this position, my leg starts to shake, so I know that it's working. Grab the belt with your left hand, maybe a little lower on the belt, and cross the direction, so right leg over the left. I feel this all throughout the outer edges of my leg, my glutes, my hamstrings. If you'd like to extend the right leg or the right arm and gaze over the shoulder or to the hands for more of a twist. Bring the right leg back to center. Bring the left leg to your belt and drop the right leg down. Left leg to your chest. We're gripping the belt with our left hand here. Grab the belt with your right hand. Bring your left leg twisting over the right side. You can extend the left arm here. Gaze towards the fingertips. It's normal if one side is a bit tighter than the other. And bring the left leg back to center. Bring the right leg up. We're going to grip our toes. See if there's any difference if you're happy baby this time compared to the first when we started class. If there's any more flexibility in the hips. Make sure your lower back is firmly planted on the mat. Your chin is tucked to your chest. This creates a flat back. And bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself one last really big hug. Squeeze everything. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release everything. Bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Palms facing up for Shavasana. Close down the eyes. Feel the effects of the practice starting to integrate within your body. Relax the face, relax the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Feel your upper back soften, your lower back, the tops of your legs, running all the way through the backs of your legs. Your feet. Feel the weight of the earth supporting your body. Begin to bring awareness back into the hands and feet. Wiggle out the toes, the hands. Bring the arms overhead as if you're waking up for the first time today, and roll over to the right side in the fetal position. Taking a moment here before we end our practice and we go about our day. With your eyes closed, come to find yourself in a seated position. Hands to the forehead, thumbs pressing against your third eye. Bow your head to your heart. Thank yourself for coming to this practice. Thank you guys. Namaste. There are so many cues I messed up on. Oh my gosh. But anyways, this was a practice run. Hopefully tomorrow's better. Thank you for doing it. If you did it, I don't even know if you're gonna do it.